Westview High School on the map officially in Class 2A.
And the Westview Warriors go to 25-3 on the year. Troy Neely wins his second state championship.
Hostetler.
Oh, tough move by Scott Hostetler. Bounce pass to Rensberger. And he puts it in off the glass. Now he'll pump it up from the left side and hit.
Will get the grab. That's trouble when you find Yoder that wide open.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome once again to exciting Westview Warrior basketball at LaguanaMedia.com. This is Jerry Hostetler along with Jamie Miller. And tonight we're back at Westview High School for second round action of the Northeast Quarter Conference Tournament for 2020. Tonight's game is brought to you by Tiffany's Restaurant on East Lake Street in Topeka, featuring nightly specials and a delicious buffet. By Height Auto Body, US 20 West and LaGrange. By Topeka Do-It-Best Hardware at the Blinker Light in downtown Topeka. Also by Topeka Pharmacy, your friendly hometown pharmacy. By Dale's Dependable Handyman Service. Dale is the right man for the job. By Freedom Finish Works in Topeka, your local source for powder coating. By Lehman Insurance and Financial Group in Topeka. Their passion is protecting yours. By Jerry Standard Service in Middlebury for your automotive repair and tire service needs. Also by Lake City Bank with over 50 branches in northern and central Indiana. By Topeka Clinic, introducing Yana Schenkel, certified nurse midwife, now accepting appointments. And our halftime show and gold sponsor is Weaver Furniture Sales, just south of US 20 on County Road 75 North in Shipshewana. Our individual sponsors are Tim and Donna Height, Dan and Dawn Byler, Jim and Liz Stump, and Oscar and Sophia Hostetler. And I'll be back to talk to head coach Rob Yoder of Westview right after this 30-second timeout.
When you're turning your house into a home, your furniture plays a big part in the finished product. You'll love the finished products at Weaver Furniture Sales in Shipshewana. Come see the Weaver family. They will work with you to find a piece that fits your needs, or they'll have it custom built just for you. Weaver Furniture Sales is located just south of 5 and 20 in Shipshewana. Visit their website at weaverfurnituresales.com.
We're back at Westview with head coach Rob Yoder of the Westview Warriors. And look at that game. Off the top, I thought you guys passed the ball really well last night, played a good game.
I think that our kids are getting better, and we're helping each other score better. Just the number of people that are making plays on both ends, not just scoring, passing, that's improving. And I think that our kids are really focused and played really hard. And I think we've been focused all year, and we've played hard now. We needed some experience, and we did to work through some things. But I think as our season goes on, we're improving. I think our kids were dialed in and focused what they needed to do, and competed really well. And honestly, I thought Lakeland played hard, and so I thought it was a good high school game.
Okay, let's take a look at tonight's game, game 2 of the series against Fairfield. Fairfield rebuilding this year. They have a brand new coach, different system, so they come in tonight with, a 4-7 record. What do you expect from Fairfield this year?
Well, they've been offensively. They started the season with not much flex. They kind of went into all flex, real patient, like Coach Deshawn has done at Jimtown and even Elkhart Central. And then in the last couple games, they've kind of went away from that, and they got a little more cutting and movement in their offense. So I'm expecting we won't see the flex, but I don't know because they've done it a lot this year. I think that they are a guard-oriented team. I think that they obviously have some guys that are inexperienced as well, and they're trying to work through that. Coach Deshawn's a good coach, and in time he's going to get the type of players that he wants developed the way he wants them developed. There's no doubt. But first year, and I know they're playing hard and they're working hard. Everybody
last night came out of the game in pretty good shape.
They have been, yeah. We didn't get any nicks, which is good, and there were some decent collisions last night, so it's good to get out of there, and we don't want anybody hurt the first game of the NECC tournament week for sure.
It's a long road because you start out with the opening round, no bye this year, and of course you've got some tough teams looking ahead. Prairie Heights, of course, favored tonight, and that would be your next opponent, but there's a lot of parity in the conference this year.
I think the conference has more really good teams than it's had for a while, and you can just look at records. Probably is a pretty good indicator of that. But I just think that there are some really good teams in our conference, and a lot of years you might have 2 really good teams, but there's some really good teams, and then those guys that are right now in the middle of the pack of the conference, some of those are pretty good teams too. Yeah. So it's a great year for the conference. There's no question. It makes for really fun games, and there should be some tonight. Angola at Busco, I know this is a good game, but everybody's probably looking at Angola and Busco thinking that's a pretty interesting matchup there. So it should be a fun tournament. There's a lot of good teams, like you said. You're going to have to play well. Probably at least 3 games, maybe 4 games, just to have a chance, and should make for a good tournament.
Well, we were talking before we turned on the mic that Angola knocked off Prairie Heights last week, I guess it was. So that was their first loss of the year, and that's kind of the way the year could be with battles in the conference.
Absolutely right. That was just 2 totally different halves. Angola was trailing 21-6 at half, and then ended up winning 33-28. So Angola scored 6 in the first half, and Prairie Heights scored 7 in the second half. And those are type of teams that Angola is really good at winning. And obviously 2 really good teams that are going at it.
Okay, let's take a look at your team tonight. You going with the same starting lineup you did last night?
We are. We kind of like our rotation right now. We feel that some of the similarities of Lakeland carry through to Fairfield tonight. They're slightly different, but the things we want to do defensively are really similar. We think that we performed pretty well on the defensive end last night, and we're going to guard similar tonight.
So they've got a good perimeter team with their guards, and what about inside?
Well, I think that they are definitely a guard-oriented team. I don't think you're going to see a lot of true post-up play. If they get it inside, it'd probably be more from penetration or slashing, cutting, that kind of stuff. They're not real big. The biggest player that they've played is about 6'1". I know they have a sophomore that was a freshman last year that's coming back from injury. I don't know if he'll play tonight. He hasn't played yet, but he might be 6'3" or so. But overall, especially with what they've played so far, there are definitely a lot of guards out there.
Okay, good luck tonight, Coach, and I'll see you back here Friday night, okay?
That sounds good.
Okay. That was Rob Yoder, head basketball coach of the Westview Warriors. We'll be back with more with Jamie's keys to the game right after this 60-second timeout. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I'll see you Friday. And we're back at, sorry, Jamie.
We're both back.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry about that. It's your show now.
No, that's all right. I probably jumped
keys
the gun
to the
there.
game.
Anyways, some keys to the game tonight. Of course, we got Westview and Fairfield, a storied rivalry, and 6 minutes to go until the end of warm-ups. So some of the keys tonight, in some respects, Fairfield's a little like Fairfield. Fairfield's a little like Westview. Yeah, Fairfield's very much like Fairfield. But in that they have a dominant scorer, and that's Nolan Sherrick, and he's got 155 points on the year, and the next closest guy has 72. So he's more than double the average of the next closest guy. So our key to the game is make players 2, 3, 4, and 5 score, and don't let Nolan score.
And we'll do really well.
Exactly, yeah. They're not averaging a lot of points to begin with. I didn't look at their exact average, but it's in the high 30s, I believe. Or no, right at 40.
40.3, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
40.3. So if you take away their leading scorer, they're maybe capable of 20, 25 points. So we want to stop that. Number 2, last night we moved the ball really well. And it just looked like a whole different team just from 3-4 weeks ago. And we need to continue to do now. I think Fairfield's going to play better defense than Lakeland did. Moving the ball quickly sometimes is a result of just very poor defense and everybody's open. But I thought we really swung the ball well and found the open man. And number 3, protect the basket. When a team has trouble scoring, you don't want to give them easy ones. And they run one of their offenses, a flex type offense, where if you don't fight through the screens correctly, they're going to get easy layups. But I would expect us to defend that pretty well. I also think maybe you'll see Willard posting up on some of our guards, depending who's guarding him.
Right.
He's got a size advantage down there, and they may take advantage of that. So those are some of the keys tonight, along with, of course, the normal stuff is don't turn the ball over and get good shots.
That's right. So, yeah, of course, you look back, Fairfield's rebuilding this year, obviously. They've got a new coach as well, a little bit different philosophy of coaching. He's been very successful over the years. In fact, he has a state championship under his belt, and that being Randy Deshawn. His 23rd year of coaching, so he's a veteran.
You're right. I think some of my most enduring memories are of some of the battles we had when he was coaching at Jimtown way back in the early 2000s, mid to late 2000, that first decade. And, he always comes out with a good plan, and they're well coached. And, when he doesn't have the players that he wants, they're still going to fight you hard, and they're still going to give their best battle. And that's what I would expect tonight. They're 4-7 on the year, but they started out 1-5, I believe, or 1-4. So they're improving. We've improved, they've improved. And, when Westview and Fairfield get together, it kind of brings the best out in everybody. So.
And it seems like every year we play them in the NECC tournament, we run into them somewhere along the line, and then the very next week we're right back at it again.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's been that pattern, and this year they're back in the sectional.
Right. So
it could be a threefer.
Right, and we've had several of those years as well. Of course, next week the game will be over at Fairfield, and that'll be a jam-packed gymnasium for that game as well. But this is kind of a prequel to what we might see next week.
Well, it's always exciting, I think, when you have the first meeting between, rivals.
Right.
Lakeland was one we've dealt with in the last couple of weeks, and Fairfield, of course, there's just many good memories of the Fair and some bad ones.
Yeah, that's
the
for
Fairfield
sure.
rivalry.
Right, on both sides.
Yeah, exactly. So we're looking forward to it. Got it for a Wednesday night. I'd say it's a pretty good crowd tonight.
Yeah, it is.
So
middle of the week, and it's church night for a lot of these people. I won't tell the ministers that they're here, I guess. But yeah, that's true. We have in our earphones here, Justin Geigley. We appreciate him being here tonight because he had to, his obligation, I guess, was to be here, and so he got somebody to cover for him there, so we thank Justin for that. Westview comes into tonight's game with an 8-2 record, and as Jamie said, 4-7 for Fairfield. Randy Deshawn, their first-year head coach. And, of course, Rob Yoder in his 17th year at the helm of the Westview Warriors. The Westview Warriors defeated Lakeland last night to gain their berth in tonight's second round of action. 71-48 was the Lakeland score last night over at Lakeland. Westview defeating the Lakers, and the Hamilton Marines were defeated by Fairfield, and that was on the Fairfield court, I believe. 51-27 was the final score at Fairfield. So,
yeah, one thing I'm looking for tonight is I was looking to Fairfield was kind enough to provide us with some statistics, and on the year, Fairfield has 191 turnovers, which is 17 per game, almost 18 per game, and 8 assists per game. Now, normally, you might consider an assist to turnover ratio. You want about twice as many assists as they got a 1. To have more than others, and so we'll try to take advantage of that tonight.
So yeah, and Westview has been very good at forcing those turnovers with our tenacious defense all season long, and you know, you look back and it was a little bit hard to maybe predict, especially that we would be 8-2 at this point in the season.
It really was. I mean, when I honestly looked at it, you know, I watched these guys all summer and saw their workouts, and then saw our early schedule, and there was a very real possibility we could go 0-6.
Exactly.
We didn't start out with Bethany this year.
Right.
You know, we beat Northridge on a last-second shot. We
On the
won
road.
2 other games within 5 points, and it's just a credit. I think it speaks to the program.
Definitely.
And the principles that have been instilled and the little things that just make a difference between winning and losing. And that's what Deshaun's trying to instill at Fairfield right now, and the things that Rob's had a chance to do, and you know, that's made all the difference. So yeah, 8-2 is just tremendous.
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that at this point. Nothing against Rob Yoder's coaching skills or the talent of the Westview Warriors, but I figured it'd be, you know, more of a 5-3 record, or I guess it'd be 5-5 maybe even record with 10 games under their belt.
Yeah, you're being pretty generous. I was trying to think of what our team last year was at this point. We had just lost 4 in a row.
That's true. Yeah.
We were 6-4, 8-4 maybe at best. I can't remember.
So
exactly.
our record's actually better right now than it was last year at this time.
And I think what we want going forward, you know, we're not a team that's going to blow you away with our physical skills. We're a little bit skinny in some spots.
Right.
Take out Elijah Hales and Nick Rensberger and substitute in 2 athletic but thin guys. It makes a difference in there. And smaller. But
we made the adjustments and we're doing really well.
But we're starting to see some of the guys develop their offensive skills. You can see Brady becoming more confident out there and becoming a threat.
Drew Litweiler.
You're seeing guys settle into their roles a little bit, and that's just fun to see. It's not one of the team starts. You know, after 3 games, things weren't looking so good. You know, we got waxed by Northwood, and then gave a game away against Busco. But since then, we have turned it around and taken seriously. You know, a lot of these guys are juniors, but they're not experienced at winning at the varsity level.
Right.
I mean, it's different than winning at the JV level.
It is.
A lot
You're
different.
Right. Definitely.
So they're learning that as they go, and kind of held together by a couple of seniors. And it's starting to round into shape a little bit. So tonight would be an important win if we could continue that. And if we win tonight, there's a very good chance we'll be playing Prairie Heights tomorrow, which is supposedly the big bully in the conference this year.
That's right. And they did pick up a loss at Angola last week, which was kind of a surprise there. But you never know what can happen in this conference.
Yeah, I heard that, and this could be completely wrong. I had just heard that one of Prairie Heights' top scorers was not playing in that game.
Oh, okay.
But I could be off on that.
Could be.
But against Angola, it might not have mattered.
That's right.
The way they hold the ball.
They do. Yeah, it was a very low-scoring game, 33 to 34, maybe to 28.
Yep,
something like that.
28.
Yeah. So we're ready to go. Sorry, I didn't get you the starting lineups here, but we'll pick those up as we go. That was Lucas Miller into Drew Litweiler. Now they'll swing it back out front to Charlie. Drives, puts it up, misses a shot, and it's grabbed out of there by Nolan Sherrick. He has it slapped away, and it's picked up by Drew Litweiler.
And there you see the first turnover. Getting a little excited.
Egley, Luke Miller, Lyndon Miller, Charlie Yoder, Blake Egley, and you have Drew Litweiler rounding out the starting lineup for the Westview Warriors. Drew Litweiler gets the inbound pass. Hook shot from the baseline is no good, but Charlie picks it up and puts it back in for the Warriors. And we have an officials timeout. That'll give us a chance to catch you up on the lineup for the Falcons. They'll go at one guard with Justin Bontrager, 5'10 senior, averaging 3.7 points per game. The gentleman inbounding it, number 24, is Bryce Willard, 5'10 senior. And he's the son of Gina Willard, who teaches over at Meadowview in our school system. 2.9 points per game for Bryce.
Yeah, and he's one that Willard, he was about that size as a freshman because we coached, we played against him, and
he's solid.
He's just very effective. He's sneaky quick, he's strong, and him and Drew are guarding each other, and I think that's a good matchup for Fairfield to try to play against Drew, because Drew likes to post up and have his way in there.
Bontrager, who I mentioned, is the point guard. He has the basketball now. Of course, Nolan Sherrick, 6' senior, leading scorer for the Falcons.
Fairfield going to what we call their flex offense, where they hold it at the high elbow and they cross screen underneath, trying to get an opening.
Driving it down the baseline and dishing it off. Now in the corner, they'll go to Bontrager, and he hits a three. So Fairfield takes the lead, 3-2.
Bontrager on the year is 8 for 22 from 3 for 36%. So make that 9 for 23.
Good pass underneath from Charlie Yoder to Lyndon Miller. Or was that Luke? I think it was Lyndon. Did you catch it, Jamie?
I didn't.
Shot up underneath and no good by Riley Bales. Put back up and no good, and Charlie Yoder pulls it off the glass. Drew Litweiler on the baseline, gives it off to Egley. Right back to Drew, and then right back to Egley. Charlie for a three, and it's off the mark. The rebound's pulled down by Justin Bontrager. He'll get it to Willard, up court to Sherrick. Sherrick cross courts it, wide open in the corner, and the shot is up and no good, and it hits the strap that supports the backboard. Cade Gall missed the three-pointer.
One thing I saw this summer with this team is our defensive stopper was Jordan Schrock.
And he's not here.
And then he got hurt.
Yeah.
And Luke has kind of taken over that reign. Whoever is purported to be the best player on the other team, he will take him.
We have a foul, and I think maybe Lyndon picked that up, an offensive foul. It will be Lyndon. Lyndon Miller's first foul of the evening, and Fairfield will inbound it.
Lyndon he gets his money worth out there. He fouled out last night.
That's right. Sixth foul in 2 nights so far. Sherrick gets it to Bontrager. Bontrager stepped out of bounds. Good defense by Westview.
Yeah, I think we're trying to take advantage of their ball handling a little bit, especially get it out of Nolan's hands and make the other guys beat the traps. And so far, Fairfield hasn't shown that they can do that.
Litweiler will bring it up for the Warriors. He'll go left side to Luke Miller. He'll get it to Lyndon, wide open at the free throw line, extended. He misses, and Bontrager with a long rebound. Justin Bontrager across the timeline. Hands it off to Gall. Now out front, it'll come to Willard. Now to Bales. Bales in the corner to Bontrager. Puts it on the floor a couple of times. Gets it out of trouble to Bales. He'll pull it out front. Charlie slaps it away from behind, but it's right into the hands of Bontrager.
Well, one thing Luke's doing that's a little different than how we usually play defense, he's just face guarding Nolan. He's not even looking at the other players.
You're right.
And his entire focus is don't let Nolan get the ball.
Deny him the ball. We have a whistle before the shot, so the basket will not count.
The thing you have to do against Fairfield, you got to be, last night if you played really good defense for about 20 seconds, you were set. Here it might be double that.
Yeah. Litweiler picks up the foul for Westview. Inbounding will be Nolan Sherrick for Fairfield. He bounce passes inside to Willard. He has it slapped away. Coming out of there with it was Egley. Gets it to Charlie Yoder. Charlie out front to Litweiler. He's left open for a three. Passes it up. They'll swing it around left side to Lyndon Miller. or Luke Miller rather, back to Linden out front. And out to Drew Litweiler. Charlie drives it to the free throw line. Now Luke will take, or rather Litweiler will take the three, misses, gets it right back, gives off to Egley. Now to Luke Miller.
Well, one of our keys last night was go inside out, go into the paint first, and we've done that pretty good tonight. And that way you can give it to Charlie for a step back three. It makes your offense look really good.
4-point lead now for Westview after the three by Charlie. His first of the night gives him 5, and we have a foul that's going to be called. This one will go against Blake Egley. First on Blake, 13 foul on Westview. Fairfield yet to pick up a foul. Cade Gall will bring it in right in front of the Westview bench off to our left. Inbound pass comes into Riley Bales. Charlie slaps it away with the long arms, puts it up and scores. And a timeout's going to be called by Randy DeShone, the head coach of the Fairfield Falcons, with a 9-3 Westview lead with 3:21 to go in the first quarter. We'll be back right after this 30-second timeout.
Does your paint job need a refresh? Got too many dings and scratches? Let Hyde Auto Body take care of it for you. No matter the type of vehicle, motorcycle, trailer, or truck cab, Hyde Auto Body's experienced paint specialists will attend to every detail so you don't have to. We aim to be #1 in customer service, and your satisfaction is always guaranteed. We're located west of State Road 9 on US 20. Hyde Auto Body, a trusted name in the community for over 20 years.
We're back after the timeout. Fairfield will be inbounding underneath the Westview basket. Westview has opened up a 6-point lead. 3:20 to go in the first quarter.
We're going to stick in our 1-2-2, kind of 3/4 court press here.
Putting a lot of pressure on him. Bontrager inside to Willard. He'll put it up, and we have an offensive foul called on Bryce Willard.
Well, one of the interesting matchups here, as most people know, Nolan played here at Westview until he was a freshman, or as a freshman, and then moved on to Fairfield. And so there's kind of a natural rivalry there between Charlie and Nolan. And each wants to do really well against the other one. And
right. Shot by Charlie's no good. Mason Yoder has come in, tried to corral it, couldn't do it. Goes out of bounds. That'll be Fairfield ball.
Yeah, a little bit of forced shot that time. If we just continue to move the ball, go inside out, we're going to get easier shots than that.
Gall comes out for Fairfield, and coming back into the ball game after an early injury is Owen Miller. Also, Brady Yoder has come in for Westview. As Blake Egley and Lyndon Miller get a break for Westview. Nolan Sherrick with the basketball. He's double teamed, and then he travels with the ball.
That's probably the 4th or 5th turnover already on Fairfield, so you can kind of see what has plagued them a little bit.
Ben Burkett in for Lyndon Miller. Charlie across the timeline on the pass to Brady Yoder. They go left side now, Burkett with it. In the corner, Brady left wide open, and he hits. It's a 2.
Yeah, he's got such a natural shot that it's really nice to see him shoot that.
11-3. Now Nolan Sherrick picks up his first 2 of the game with a nice drive to the bucket. And a timeout, a rare timeout called by Rob Yoder.
Well, one of the keys to the game is don't let Nolan shoot. And we gambled that time, gave him a layup, and that's just enough to get the coach ready to emphasize the original points, I think.
Yeah, he came charging out on the floor. He's not very happy. They're already, or we are, Westview's already out of their huddle. I think Coach Yoder made his point and dismissed the team.
Well, this is one of the teams, just don't mess around. Get out there, we're better than them. Let's get out there, get some distance between us. Just keep playing solid, don't let up.
Westview will inbound underneath the Fairfield basket. Drew Litweiler brings it into Ben Burkett. Burkett drops it across the timeline. They go to Drew. Right side will go to Brady Yoder. Out of Charlie. Brady, Mason. Good ball movement again for the Warriors tonight. Charlie across the lane. He'll put it up, missed the shot, gets his own rebound, and it's a battle on the floor. And what do we have? Either a foul or a held ball. And it's going to be a held ball.
Yep, going to Fairfield.
Willard will inbound for the Falcons.
That was kind of an awkward angle that time for Charlie on that shot. It was toward the right side of the basket, but it wasn't quite to the right. It wasn't in the center. It's just not a normal spot you shoot from.
Sherrick tries to get it across. The pressure from the Warriors. Willard loses the handle, gets it right back. Dangerous pass to Sherrick. Another shot by Miller is good from three-point land. Miller, the second leading scorer on the Falcons team, with 7.7 points per game. 11-8, that brings Fairfield back within 3. Burkett goes to Brady Yoder for 3, and he hits.
Owen Miller actually has made the most three-pointers this year for Fairfield. That was his 13th one.
Sherrick on the baseline. He puts it up. Good athletic move by Nolan as he puts it in off the glass. 14-10 now. Westview by 4, and they have the basketball.
Well, I think we got a pretty athletic team out there right now, but you can see the difference when Luke goes off of Nolan and puts somebody else on him. He scores right away.
Litweiler with a size advantage on Willard, and I like to see that hook shot by Litweiler.
Yeah, he's really good from that spot. That time he didn't try to body up Willard as much. He just used his length to get the shot off.
First 2 of the night for Drew, and now we have a whistle and a traveling violations called on Bontrager as he tried to go between the 2 Warrior defenders and ended up traveling. So veteran official Jay Smith will hand it off to Drew Litweiler, and we'll bring the ball up.
Probably go for 1 here. I don't know. We'll see. We might try to get something quick, and if we don't get it, we'll hold for 1.
33 seconds to go now in the first quarter. Westview with a 6-point lead. Brady Yoder down to 25. And now 20. Westview will go for the last shot if they can. Litweiler backs it way out, and he's hawked on defense there by Dalton Kripe, who's just come in. Inside pass to Charlie. He drives between a couple of defenders, can't get it to go off the glass, and it's rebounded by Kripe. 2 seconds, and Kripe stops, and he travels before he could get the shot off. So we played 8 minutes of basketball in the second round of the Northeast Corner Conference Tournament for 2020. And our score, Westview 16, Fairfield 10. We'll be back with the second quarter right after this 60-second timeout.
Have you ever been unpleasantly surprised by a purchase and wish you had done more investigation before buying? Gold Key Home Inspections is here to help give you peace of mind about one of your largest investments, your home. Our inspectors are trained to expertly evaluate all aspects of your potential home and give you information to use in making an informed decision. Don't gamble on your future. Give Gold Key Home Inspections a call today to set up your appointment.
Remodeling in the near future? Dale Fry at Dale's Dependable Handyman Service is the right man for the job. Get a new look for your bathroom, kitchen, garage, attic, or anywhere else in your house. Dale is fully trained, licensed, and insured. No subcontractors, just Dale and his son, Owen, will do the job. Call 260-463-3970 or visit dalesdependablehandyman.com.
Westview inbounding to begin the second quarter, leading by 6, 16-10. Back into the ball game is Linden and Luke Miller is all. Brady Yoder with it out front between the circles, goes left side to Luke Miller. Out of Ben Burkett. Swing it around in the corner to Brady. Westview moving the ball well, being very patient on offense. Lob inside to Charlie, and he'll back it out. Give it off to Burkett. Quick pass to Brady. He'll take a little jumper from 15, and he hits.
Big scoring advantage when we can bring a guy in that can do that. We haven't really seen that this year from anybody else.
7 off the bench for Brady. 18-10, Westview by 8 and another steal, so they'll have a chance to add to that lead.
Looks like Fairfield's made a little adjustment. They got Nolan guarding Charlie now. He wasn't starting off the game that way.
Charlie down low on the baseline to Luke Miller. He'll get it out front to Brady, now to Drew. Inside, shot by Charlie is no good, but he picks up the foul.
Yeah, that was a perfect example of good ball movement. Don't hold it, move, cut, and you get a layup out of it.
And the call will go against Dalton Kripe, his first. Timeout called again by Fairfield. 6:42 to go in the half. 18-10 Westview. And we'll be back right after this 60-second timeout.
If you're looking to replace or repair your home appliances, Topeka Do-It-Best Hardware is your local stop for Amana, Maytag, and Whirlpool appliances. Featuring in-home and in-store service and parts on most makes of home appliances. See JJ for all your appliance needs at Topeka Do-It-Best Hardware, an authorized Whirlpool and Maytag service center for over 40 years, located at the Blinker Light in downtown Topeka. Call them at 260-593-2973.
Mouth-watering home-cooked meals, nightly specials, large buffet, breakfast buffet on Saturday, chicken, shrimp, and beef brisket on Saturday night, and Tuesday's lunch chicken buffet. These are what you'll find at Tiffany's Restaurant in Topeka. Top off your meal with a slice of their delicious homemade pie. That's Tiffany's Restaurant on East Lake Street in Topeka. For carry-out orders, call 260-593-2988.
Charlie Yoder at the stripe. And he hits his first free throw. He'll get one more.
I didn't see our final stats last night on the free throws, did you?
No, I got the stats from Ryan today, but I didn't happen to look at that. I was looking at the total stats for the season. Charlie hits both free throws. I do have them with me somewhere. Willard has it. He'll give it to Nolan Sherrick. Sherrick in the corner, left side of Miller. His three is no good this time, and a one-handed rebound, that time by Luke Miller. Litweiler, good move. Boy, is he hammered by Willard. Caught one in the chops, it looks like. Or in the eye.
Yeah, they got part ball, part arm, and part head on that one. So
Gall will actually pick up the foul. That'll be his first and the team third. Drew with an aggressive move toward the basket was able to draw the foul on Fairfield. Litweiler hits his first free throw. He'll get another. Second shot by Drew spins out. Luke tried to knock it out, but he knocked it into the hands of Nolan Sherrick.
Well, I was going to say something about our perfect free throw shooting, and I didn't on purpose, but it still didn't matter. I thought it. I guess that's all that matters.
Yeah, there you go. Inside pass to Willard, and it's off the hands as he tried to hit Riley Bales cutting toward the basket.
Yeah, Fairfield's got the right idea. They want to get the ball in the middle and turn and look, and they're doing a pretty good job of that. It's just when they turn and look, there's nobody open, and that time there was, and they glanced off it and went out of bounds.
Lyndon Miller gets it to Luke Miller. Right side to Drew Litweiler. He'll get it to Charlie between the circles. Now to Brady. Left side Luke, and his shot is short and pulled out of there by Nolan Sherrick. Nolan drives it down the lane. Good defense by Brady. Didn't get the call on the offensive foul on Fairfield. Back come the Warriors now. Lyndon Miller has it blocked away. Good hustle move by Cade Gall to Miller. Miller puts it up, and we have a charging foul. It's going to be called on Owen Miller.
And that's 2 charges Brady's picked up today. So he's our second leading scorer and the leading charge taker. That's a good way to stay in the lineup.
That's right. He had a really good game against Hamilton, both offensively and defensively as well. In fact, that's his highest scoring output of this season. And he also picked up a couple of fouls in that game too on offensive fouls against the opponent, of course.
Well, we don't have a lot of players on the team that can just put the ball on the floor offensively and score. And Brady's one of them. And you can see it definitely makes a difference.
Got a good quick release for a young guy, only a freshman. Well, yep. Bounced out of bounds. Charlie looked like it was triple teamed there, and it's going to be a turnover.
Yeah, we got caught in some of our old habits there. Get the ball, and Fairfield's really crashing down hard on that post pass to Charlie.
Nolan Sherrick, along with Gall, trying to get it up court. We have a traveling violation on Gall. Brady comes out. Back into the ball game is senior Blake Egley. He'll inbound directly in front of me. And Juanita, almost called her Christner, Juanita Yoder, the official scorer tonight.
It's hard to keep all those Yoders and Christners and Millers straight. And Hostettlers.
Yeah, that's true. Charlie Yoder gets it to Luke Miller. And it's stolen away. The pass comes ahead to Nolan Sherrick. He fakes, puts it up, and got it. Nolan now with 6, leads his team in that department. 21-12 Westview.
Yeah, Nolan's got 6 points, 4 of them in transition.
Luke with the shot and can't get it to roll in, but Charlie with the offensive board, he puts it up, can't get it to go, but he's fouled, and they'll go to the free throw line, shooting 2.
Referees getting a little extra help tonight from the Fairfield fans. Yeah.
And once again, of course, the opposing fans are always right behind us and next to us at Westview.
Even on an NECC game where there's no really set seating.
Yeah.
Well, now we've missed 2 free throws in a row again, so it's starting to be a...
Stop thinking about that.
Yeah, we just need to shoot the dumb things. And they go out in practice and probably make 25 in a row.
1 out of 2 that time for Charlie, and he has 10. Owen Miller with it. Trapped in the corner, but gets it out of trouble to Bontrager, now to Sherrick. They'll swing it around right side to Bales. Bales cross courts it to Miller, fakes the 3, and then pulls it back outside to Sherrick. Sherrick is double teamed. Bontrager inside to Willard. Tenacious defense once again by Westview, and Willard's fouled as he drives toward the bucket.
Yeah, that time he saw a little one-on-one there in the post and took advantage of his strength and got a shot off at least.
Lyndon Miller, his second personal foul tonight, the 4th team foul on Westview. And that will send Bryce Willard, the 5'10 senior, to the free throw line. And he swishes the first. Mason coming back in. Mason Yoder coming in for Lyndon Miller for the Warriors. Dalton Kripe signals he's coming in for the shooter.
I've often wondered, what's the shooter thinking when he's about to get subbed out?
I know when it happened to me, I'd want to sink that free throw pretty bad.
I think I'd miss it just so I could stay in the game.
Yeah, that's true.
Miss it, get the rebound, and put it in. And well, Fairfield hanging in there.
8-point lead for Westview now, 22-14. 3.5 minutes to go in the half. Litweiler down low on the baseline, goes one-on-one on Kripe and puts it in.
Nice footwork that time by Drew on that move. Instead of spinning baseline, he went up and under.
Sherrick gets it to Bontrager, left side to Miller, back to Bontrager. Now inside it goes to Kripe. They'll pull it back out to Nolan Sherrick out front. Sherrick double teamed, having trouble. Drew Litweiler comes out, and along with Lyndon Miller. Both of those guys with 2 fouls for us. Kripe with his second free throw and hits nothing but net on that one as well. Back to an 8-point lead for Westview. Brady Yoder deals it inside to Charlie. He'll put it up off the glass and got it to go.
Well, when he gets it in that spot, it really doesn't matter how many people are on him. He just shoots it over him.
6'5", and then that long arm span, he can shoot over a lot of guys. Kripe battles inside, gets rid of it. Left side, now the pass comes back into Kripe. He'll go up strong on Brady, misses his shot. Battling for the rebound, and we were going to have a foul. Looks like
the guy got Nolan, maybe. Yep. It's his first.
Nolan's first, yep, his first foul of the night. Blake Egley will bring it in for the Warriors. 2.5 minutes to go now in the half. The winner of this game will advance against the winner of the Prairie Heights game tonight against Fremont. Both teams playing for the first time in the tournament this year. And Brady caught Mason cutting the other way. We've seen that a few times this year.
Mason's really
he moves a lot.
He moves a lot, and sometimes it's not within the flow of the offense, so it's hard to read him. Sometimes that leads to wide open layups, and sometimes it leads to that.
Well, there you go. Good defense again by Brady Yoder. Loose on the floor, still battling. Willard was down there, along with Blake Egley. And it's going to go to Fairfield. They're trying to dry up the floor without a towel down there. But
no way out of towels. Get no
apparently,
towels.
I don't know.
NECC conference tourney.
Willard in the corner. Bontrager can't get it to go. Mason Yoder with a rebound. He'll get it to Blake Egley. Back come the Warriors. Open underneath is Brady, but unselfishly gives off to Luke Miller, and he hits. Luke is first two tonight. Willard now is fouled as he drove toward the basket. That'll be on Brady Yoder.
Now Brady's really good at anticipating, and that's a huge part of basketball. You're not out there thinking, you're just anticipating and reacting. Got a couple of steals that way already tonight, but that time what was that, Willard that was catching the ball?
Right.
Wised up and used his body to his advantage that time. Well, I'd like to see us this last minute 50 is try to put a few more points in the margin between us and them. Obviously everybody wants that, but I think it's important to not let Fairfield back in this and think they can like do that.
Willard a quick three off the inbound pass. His first three tonight.
We let a guy wide open on a catch and shoot. That's rare.
28-19, Westview. Mason Yoder drives the baseline, gives off to Egley. Wide open, and Blake hits it. Two for Blake tonight. 30-19, a minute and 23 seconds to go in the half. Sherrick, top of the circle. He picked up the ball, and he's going to be called for double dribble.
Yeah, he dribbled it once, kind of on the catch, picked it up, and then dribbled again. Sometimes that's kind of a gray area. You catch it and it dropped it. Is that a dribble? I don't know. That's kind of a tricky one sometimes, but
it looked like it was pretty obvious that time. It looked like something happened there. Brady tries to drive through two players there on defense, and he's fouled on a reach in, and that will be called on Cade Gall, his second.
Yeah, Brady's not afraid to squirt through a small opening, is he?
No, he's not.
I thought there's no way he's going to get through that.
Yeah, looking ahead to next year, Brady's going to be a big part of this offense, I think. Well, the whole team, as far as that goes. It'll be
right. Yep. You're right.
An integral part, I'll say, of the Westview basketball team.
Yep, absolutely. This team has a lot of good players. They don't necessarily have a lot of scorers, and so that would be a big addition.
Brady now with 9 as he hits both free throws. 32-19, Westview with a big lead. And a timeout is called. Once again by Fairfield to avoid that violation. It's going to be a full timeout, a minute and 5 seconds to go in the half. And I think we've had our allotment of commercials here in the first half, so we'll just keep it here.
Okay.
Minute 5 to go in the half, 32-19.
I think that was one there where Deshaun was anticipating a turnover and tried to beat the turnover with a timeout. Nolan was kind of caught up there at midcourt, and with Charlie around him, that could be a bad scenario. But 32-19, I think, coming in, if you count comparative scores, you would expect Westview to probably win pretty comfortably tonight. So technically we're doing that. We led by 6 after one quarter. We've outscored them by 7 this quarter.
Right.
So fairly consistent.
Just keep adding to our lead.
Right. Just keep adding. I think letting that guy get open for that 3 in the corner. It was like last night. We just, we were on the verge of blowing Lakeland out multiple times, and then they hit a few threes, and that's part of the game.
Right.
You're not going to just steadily pull away from everybody. But if you give up a wide open shot, that's a problem. You got to have the discipline and the focus to not give that up.
Fairfield's 4 wins this year have come against Lakeland, 33-30, at Hamilton, 48-28. And of course, they beat them again last night, 51-27. They beat Eastside by 10, 71-61. And let's see, that's it, I guess.
Yeah, so 2 out of your 4 wins are against Hamilton. That's not a resume to write home about.
Yeah, that's true.
Again, it's early in the season.
They play pretty tight defense. Pass inside, the guy's been in there for about 20 seconds. And it goes out of bounds. It'll deflect off the body of one of the Fairfield players, and Westview will inbound it underneath the Fairfield basket.
What this is doing, this 1-2-2, it's putting many Fairfield players in positions they're not comfortable with. That time he caught it in the lane about 3 feet from the basket, but didn't really realize where he was at and didn't feel comfortable turning and shooting there.
They're coming right out on the offense here. Bales guarding Charlie now. Bales at 5'10", Charlie 6'5". Charlie's getting the count. He picks it up, gives off to Luke. Now Egley with a 3, it's off the mark, and Mason comes crashing in, and he goes up over the back, and he'll be whistled for the foul.
And that'll be a 1-and-1. Probably not the play we wanted to end the half. We got a good shot, we ran a good play. If you miss, just miss, but don't go over the back and give them potentially 2 points here.
2.8 seconds to go in the first half, and we do come to the other end, and Riley Bales will line it up for 1-and-1. And he can't get it to go. Charlie will get, no, I don't. Well, that shot would have counted. No, Jay Smith is waving it off.
Yeah, I think he waited too long.
So we played 16 minutes of basketball now from Westview in the second round of the NECC tournament. 32-19, Westview with a pretty comfortable lead. And Jamie will be back with the Weaver Furniture Sales halftime show right after this 2-minute timeout.
What makes this place a special community? That's just short, sweet, but it's community. We've got parents that are supportive of schools, they're supportive of their kids, they're supportive of the teachers. And that makes this place really special. I'm not sure that 100% of everybody is going to always agree on that's what's best for kids. But you do what you believe is best for kids. And you do that every day. And you don't have to worry about what are the powers to be going to say, or what's going to happen, or are we going to have a population revolt or something. No. And our results bear it out. I mean, we're right there. We're turning out students that are accomplishing all kinds of stuff. You know, we've never had a low expectation for students here. Winning is a goal. Nobody says, my goal is to finish last. We have good programs in drama. We have great programs in music. We have great programs in being servants for the community. Test-wise, man, we're right on top. We're right on top. In the area, in the state, we're way up there. Whether they go from here into the workforce, whether they go from here into business, whether they go from here to college and graduate school and med school, don't figure we're done. We're not done. We got to go be the best, and that still doesn't end because you can still be a little better. We're on to what matters more, and that's, where do our kids finish? Where do they finish in life? I don't care about the ball game. Where do they finish in life? And I think we're doing a pretty darn good job.
Back at Westview High School, we're at halftime. Westview leads Fairfield 32-19. Very consistent first half as we outscored Fairfield 16-10 in the first quarter and 16-9 in the second quarter. It wasn't a perfectly played game by either team, but Westview has done enough, and I think a little scoring boost there from Brady was probably unexpected by the Fairfield staff.
Right.
And so that's, what's he got, 9 points? Yeah, 9 points, and that's a huge lift off the bench. So let's look at the scoring. First for Fairfield, who has a total of 19. Justin Bontrager had a three-pointer for 3 points. He's averaging 3.7 on the year. Dalton Kripe, a 6'1" junior, is averaging 4 on the year. He's got half of that at halftime with 2 free throws. We got Nolan Sherrick, who's our leading scorer at 15.5, has 6 in the first half. Cade Gall, who averages 7.2, did not score. Bryce Willard's averaging 2.9. He has 5 already. And Owen Miller, their second leading scorer on the year at 7.7, added a three-pointer for 3 points. So they have Miller, Willard, and Justin Bontrager all have 3-pointers for Fairfield, which they are shooting on the year. They're not making, but they're shooting 12 per game. For Westview, Charlie Yoder leads us tonight. I know that's shocking, but he has 12 points. He's got a 3-pointer. He's got 3 2-pointers and 3 free throws. I would say it's probably not been his best offensive half. Not just the fact of points, but just shots have been kind of tough to come by for him. Easy shots anyhow. Blake Egley added 2 points. Lyndon Miller added 2. Drew Litweiler added 5. Luke Miller added 2. And again, the big boost off the bench, Brady Yoder with a 3-pointer, 2 field goals, and 2 free throws for a total of 9 points. So for a total of 32. We talked before the game about turnovers and how those might affect the game so far tonight. Fairfield has 13 turnovers. I can't hardly believe they're in the game. But 13 turnovers, we have 4. That's the game right there. Fairfield has 3 assists and 13 turnovers. We have 7 assists and 4 turnovers, which is close to that 2-to-1 ratio that you like to see. Rebounding, not a whole lot for either team. We have 8, they have 9, so they have out-rebounded us a little bit. Shooting, Fairfield for the game is 6 for 13. They've taken 13 shots, which is fairly typical for Fairfield. Under Deschone, his teams usually don't have a lot of shots. 6 for 13, 46%. 3 for 7 from 3 and 4 for 5 from the line. For Westview, we're shooting 50%, 12 for 24 overall. We're 2 for 5 from 3 and 6 for 8 from the foul line for 75%. So I think it just comes down to turnovers. And I think that 1-2-2, it's given up a couple of open shots, but it also has kept them from getting in their offensive rhythm. It doesn't make us run through screens all the time, which can lead to easy shots. And I think it's obviously part of the game plan, but I think it's a good strategy to get Fairfield out of what they're comfortable with. You can clearly see they don't have a lot of ball handling. Right. And so if you can get it out of one of the 2 guys' hands, it's just kind of shaky from there. And I'm kind of surprised we don't have more steals. We've been really close on a couple of others. So we'll see what Fairfield does. you know, when you're lacking ball handling, there's only so much strategy a coach can come up with at halftime.
Right.
How do we break this press? Well, you want to get it in the middle, and they're set up like they need to be. It's just a matter of executing it, and can you do that? You know, we don't have some of the wingspans that we've had in the past. We're putting some 5'8" guys in there instead of 6'4", but we're also a little bit quicker. And so that's helping us get into the passing lanes and make every pass difficult to complete.
Fairfield has emerged from their locker room, and we'll see what Coach Deshawn has in store for the Westview Warriors and see what adjustments he does make in the second half. Westview still in their locker room. Talking to head coach Rob Yoder.
Yeah, we talked about Randy Deshawn before. He was at Jimtown a long time. Then he went to Elkhart Central, and Central is typically pretty weak.
Right.
But he had them in just a couple of years, had them very good. And then I think he went back into administration again. And then all of a sudden, here he is coaching again. So I think that just shows that's kind of what's in him.
He coached at Jimtown up till 2011. Of course, he won the state, or he won a regional in 2002, and he won the state in 2004. And then he kept coaching until 2011, like I said, at Jimtown, and then he went to Central. Yeah, he was in administration, I believe, before he came back into coaching.
Yeah, so Central was 5-17 in his first year and 16-8 in the second. That's quite a
turnaround.
Yeah, definitely a big turnaround. Yeah, those Jimtown teams, starting with that, and you can see what he did in Jimtown. In 01, he was 4-17. The next year, they won regional, 18-8.
That's a big turnaround.
So he did the same at Elkhart Central. So you can see he starts out at a school, and that wasn't his first year at Jimtown. That was actually his 4-win year. It was his 7th year?
Right.
Actually, they had back-to-back 4-win years. And but then 11 wins, and then the next year, and I remember that 25-2 year. We played them in sectional here, and that was the year that we had a really deep senior class. I think there was 8 seniors, and Steve Troyer hadn't hardly played all year, and he was just rounding into form about sectional. And I forget the exact stats, but he had something like 10 or 12 points in the first half.
Was he a freshman that
No,
year?
he was a senior.
Oh, okay.
But he hadn't been on any scouting reports because he hadn't already played all year.
Okay.
So he came in, had a great first half, and I think Jimtown coaches were kind of shaking their head at halftime, like, who is this
where
guy?
Did he come from? Yeah.
And I remember them saying later that they knew if they could just get past Westview in the first round of section, they had a good shot at winning state. So obviously they did beat us. I forget what the score was. It was fairly comfortable by the end of the game, but we scared them for a half at least.
That's right.
But those were some really good good battles. And I don't remember, I think it was the next year. They went 19-3, and we beat them in the sectional final at Jimtown.
2005. I remember being over there.
Yeah, because that would have been our – no, wait a minute. It would have been the next year. It would have been 06. Yeah, 05
so
we were –
the 13-10 year.
Yeah, we were 6-15 or something the second year, or 05, and then 06 we beat them at sectional. The thing that I think stands out most to me about that is we beat them over in sectional. The next year in the summer leagues, we played them in a summer league tournament. And you'd have thought it was the Super Bowl. I mean, they were out for blood. So it was some good memories back then.
That's right. All knocked away, and we want to thank Weaver Furniture Sales for their sponsorship of our halftime show with all of Jamie's scoring and stats and discussion about that first half. Westview with the ball to begin the second half. Charlie misses a long three, and back comes Fairfield. And they're down by 13, 32-19.
Nolan is by far Fairfield's best percentage three-point shooter. He hasn't shot a lot of the year. In 11 games, he's shot 17, but he's made 8, so I think he's at like 47%.
Fairfield working the ball around. Haven't gotten a good look at a shot at this point. Now we have a foul.
First foul on Luke, despite all his good defense. That's only his first.
I'm not finding my score sheets. Where did they go?
Did I hog him again? Oh, I hit him.
Inside, Owen Miller puts it up off the glass and got it to go. 32-21. Westview And they have the basketball.
Those out of bounds plays, they'll get you every time.
Egley to Yoder on the baseline. Charlie takes it in, gives to Egley, top of the circle, and he hits. It's a 3 for Blake Egley.
Well, that's such a quick, compact release he's got. If he just has a little sliver of daylight, get that shot off.
He's our best three-point percentage shooter, just under 50% coming into tonight's game, 48.6. Miller with it, top of the key. He'll go right side with it to Bontrager. Bontrager takes it to that same spot at the top of the circle. Bounce passes it right side to go to Riley Bales, and then back out front it'll come to Owen Miller.
One thing we didn't really discuss is, you know, in today's game, there's not a lot of back-to-backs where you play games on consecutive nights.
That's true.
And how would we respond after a really good win last night? Would we be sharp? Would we be sloppy? And I think we've done pretty well. It hasn't been as crisp maybe as last night, but again, the opponent has something to do with that as well.
Yeah. Fairfield's playing a really good, hustling, tenacious defense. Nolan Sherrick had just put in his 8th point of the game, and Westview back now on offense. Pass inside from Litweiler to Luke Miller. They'll bring it around to Linden now, and Linden hits a 3.
Yeah, and they have a game plan. You know, maybe it doesn't work all the time, but you can see they have a set plan. They know how they want to defend us.
38-23 now, Westview.
Big 3 that time by Linden.
You don't see him take a whole lot of those, but he added the opportunity there. Good feed from Linden to his brother Luke. Can't get it to go. He got too far underneath the basket.
Yeah, he got blocked that time by Nolan.
Nolan brings it in, puts it up, and got it. Good quick move by Nolan to go around the defense, and he's fouled. They'll go to the charity stripe to try to complete the 3-point play.
Yeah, it was a big switch of events right there. We had a layup. We would have gone up 17, which I think would have been our biggest lead, and this has a chance to cut it to 12.
16-10 after the first stop, and 32-19 at the halftime, and now we're up to 38-25. Nolan Sherrick trying to complete the 3-point play. Are you missing something now?
Yeah, I think I handed you a couple extra sheets.
There you go. And Nolan hits his free throw. So that gives him 11 on the night. Inside shots up and no good. Goes out of bounds. Last touch by Fairfield. It'll be Westview basketball.
Yeah, tough pass that time by Luke. Has to be pinpoint perfect right there. And still, when you catch it, you're coming down in almost a triple team.
Linden inbounds it to Charlie way out front. He'll give it to Blake. Inside to Drew Litweiler. Drew tries to make the move on Kripe as it deflected, but right into the hands of Blake Egley. Now to Charlie. He'll put it up, and the basket goes. I'm not sure whether it's going to count.
No basket, they're going to probably call. I think they're trying to decide if it happened before. No, they're going to call it out of bounds. Well, we got a veteran crew out there tonight. A lot of tournament experience, and they huddled there together to make sure they had the call consistent.
I know Jay Smith, and I know these other guys I recognize, but I can't think of their names. But Jay Smith has been around ever since I've been started broadcasting back in 1981.
Oh, yeah?
So he's gotten quite a few games under his belt. A lot of tournament games, postseason tournaments.
One thing we commented on it at halftime is the atmosphere in here is a little subdued.
Yeah, it is for a Fairfield Westview game, no doubt.
And part of that is the way Fairfield plays. They don't give you anything easy, and there's long possessions,
right?
Which kind of has the crowd sitting on their hands a little bit. Whereas last night it was a little more up and down.
Egley had put in his second 3 of the night. Now Gall with the turnaround left-handed jumper inside, and he hits.
Yeah, you can see Fairfield's strategy this half is whoever Blake is guarding, they're going to post him up.
Yeah.
And they've gotten a few baskets off of that. On the other end of it, Blake's hitting threes, so I guess we'll trade 3 for 2.
There you go. Inside pass, and Charlie was triple teamed that time, but Fairfield commits the foul. Let's see who it's against. And once again, it's going to be on Riley Bales. So he picks up 2 quick fouls here in the third quarter. Blake will come out now, and coming back into the ball game. Who came in? Was it Mason?
Yes.
Good pass inside to Linden, and he puts it in. 7 points now for Linden Miller. 43-28. 3:35 to go in the third quarter. With the ball is Bales, having trouble looking for a teammate. Finally got it away to Miller, then back to Bales, and Bales can't recover as the ball went off his body and he followed it out of bounds.
Yeah, good effort that time by multiple players without fouling.
Now Brady Yoder comes in and Linden will come out.
Well, you can see the coach mixing and matching. Brady brings us some scoring and passing. Linden brings a little more bulk and rebounding.
Brady goes left side to Mason, now to Charlie. Charlie drives it down the baseline. Good spin move and got around the defense and put it in off the glass.
And everybody's looking at each other. How do you get through there?
Yeah, I was amazed. 11 points now for Charlie. Good block. Kicked out of there by Brady, and it throws a little bit too far ahead of Luke Miller.
Yeah, that was a tough angle. What he should have done is taken it down to the free throw line. And, you know, by then, if the guy's not open, you have a nice pull up.
Willard back into the ball game for Fairfield. Coming out will be Dalton Kripe. Bryce Willard inbounding. He'll get it into Nolan Sherrick, and back come the Falcons now. 45-28. Westview's really opened it up here in this second half. Willard gives off to Owen Miller. He'll bounce pass it right side to Gall. Now it's stolen away. Luke Miller comes up with it to Drew Litweiler. And Litweiler is fouled as he goes toward the basket. I don't think it's going to be a shooting foul, but...
yeah, we got a little fortunate there. Luke kind of threw a blind pass off that. Defender jumped in front of him, and I think that just comes from playing with his teammates for several years, knew where he was.
Mason to Charlie in the paint. He'll go left side to Litweiler. His jumper from the baseline is good.
Yeah, nice pull-up jumper by Drew.
7 now for Drew. Bontrager with the 3 on the other end. His second 3 tonight.
Yep, again, we're on the verge of putting them away, and then somebody hits a 3.
Luke
Didn't
Miller
pick up a shooter in transition.
Swing it around to Litweiler in the corner. He'll bring it back out to Mason. Now Brady. And we have contact underneath, and Luke ends up on the floor, and we're going to have a foul called on Fairfield. It's going to be Cade Gall picking up the foul, and that'll be his 3rd.
Fairfield starts a fairly experienced team. You know, Owen Miller, one of their best shooters, is a sophomore, but they start 3 seniors and a junior.
That's true.
So physically, they're able to hang in the game. The skill level's not as good, but...
Inbound pass comes to Charlie, and he whirls around, puts it up and in.
Almost isn't fair when he catches it there, is it?
No, it's not. Big size advantage for Charlie inside tonight. Ball thrown away by Fairfield, so it'll be a turnover back to Westview. Drew Litweiler was going to take it out, but he's going to come out of the ball game for a rest as Ben Burkett checks back in for the Warriors. Minute 45 to go in the third quarter. Brady Yoder gets it to Luke Miller, now to Charlie Yoder. Charlie backs it way out. He'll go right side to Brady Yoder. Now in the corner to Mason. Mason drives the baseline. Tries to feed it inside. It was right to Burkett. It went through Luke Miller.
Yeah, I'm not sure who that pass was for, but...
And a quick 3 by Cade Gall is good. His first 3 tonight.
Well, Fairfield's had 2 straight possessions, I think, or 2 out of 3, with 1 pass and a 3.
They're not wasting much time putting it up.
Which is highly unusual for Fairfield, but at this point, you don't have much option.
That's true. Only a minute left to go in the third quarter, and they're chasing a 49-34 deficit. And a hold inside called by Jay Smith, the under the basket official. And that goes against number 13. That's Dalton Kripe, his second. Luke Miller will trigger it in for the Warriors underneath their own bucket off to the left. Charlie Yoder receives the inbound pass on a bounce pass. He goes back out front now to Luke Miller, to Brady Yoder, Ben Burkett, now to Mason Yoder. Inside from Luke to Charlie, and he's fouled as he drives toward the basket. Foul on Justin Bontrager. That's his second, the team's sixth foul on Fairfield.
Well, if Charlie ever goes through a day and he's feeling lonely and like nobody's paying attention to him, all he needs to do is go suit up, because there's going to be plenty people paying attention.
He draws a crowd. No
yeah, there's been
if you put a basketball in his hand.
3 or 4 around him at all times tonight. Some teams start that way, like Lakeland last night, and then kind of lose their mind and give up 4 threes in a row. But Fairfield's done a nice job on him tonight, I think.
Yeah, they have. Yeah.
And to Charlie's credit, he's done a nice job of just passing the ball around and getting others involved.
17 points now for Charlie as he hits the free throw. 50-34, 16-point lead for the Warriors with a half a minute to go now in the third quarter. Owen Miller in the corner. He's trapped there, trying to get out, and then we have a foul call on a reach-in. It's either going to be Mason or Brady Yoder picking up the foul.
I think they got Brady on that. I don't know. That was kind of a...
You're right. They did get Brady, and that'll be his second.
We had a really good trap there, but the Fairfield player, to his credit, was strong and split the trap and got the call.
Bounce pass comes into Willard, and he has it rejected by Luke Miller. And when he batted it away, it went out of bounds, so it'll be Fairfield retaining possession.
You see the kind of the natural instincts there of Luke. He's just got really good hands and good timing on jumps.
Nolan Sherrick, quick pass into Bontrager. Shot is short. Looked like it might have been deflected a little bit. Pass ahead. Burkett will put it up and score. Good work on the fast break by the Warriors.
Yeah. Good unselfish play that time by Brady.
First 2 points of the tournament for Burkett. Now Mason with the steal. He hands it to Charlie that was just ahead of him, and Charlie traveled.
Yeah, that was not a good fast break from the start. We didn't have good spacing. They were 5 feet apart, and that's just...
Looked more like it was a relay in a track, you know, where they're handing the baton off. Long shot at the buzzer is no good, and so we played 3 quarters now at Westview in the second round of the NECC tournament. 52-34 is our score. Westview leading Fairfield. We'll be back with the fourth quarter right after this 60-second timeout. Freedom Finish Works in Topeka specializes in both steel and aluminum. Their 40,000 square foot custom powder coat facility has the flexibility to run everything from one-piece custom orders to full production quantities. They also have the unique capabilities of powder coat, blast coat, as well as other highly durable coatings. They are your local source for powder coating. Freedom Finish Works in Topeka. Call 260-593-0204.
When you're turning your house into a home, your furniture plays a big part in the finished product. You'll love the finished products at Weaver Furniture Sales in Shipshewana. Come see the Weaver family. They will work with you to find a piece that fits your needs, or they'll have it custom built just for you. Weaver Furniture Sales is located just south of 5 and 20 in Shipshewana. Visit their website at weaverfurnituresales.com.
Back at Westview, Jerry Hostetler with Jamie Miller tonight. Justin Geigley spinning the dials along with Dan Byler. And up top, running the camera tonight is Chris Mast. Glad you could join us. Second round of the NECC tournament.
Yep, sorry to interrupt you there.
That's okay.
We, that quarter, outscored them by 5. So far, we've outscored them by 6, by 7, and by 5.
That's
fairly
right.
consistent.
Yes, we have been. Miller gets it to Sherrick. Sherrick loses the handle, and it's grabbed by Charlie Yoder. Charlie looking for help as everybody deserted him. Now Brady comes back, and he quick pass intended for Luke Miller, but Luke was breaking toward the wing.
Well, in football, that can look okay. The quarterback just threw it away under tight coverage, right?
Right.
Basketball, there's nowhere to hide.
Nope.
Well, I think the coach is upset there. I think he senses if we can just get a couple of quick baskets here, we can put this game away.
Sherrick, Bontrager. Got a new face in the Fairfield lineup. It's Holden Blosser Jr. Ball thrown away again as it gets out of the reach of Charlie Yoder trying to chase it down.
Another steal that time by Brady. Looks like he got a 30-second timeout.
7:11 to go in the ball game. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout. And we're back. Fairfield will inbound underneath the Westview basket after the timeout called by head coach Randy DeShone of Fairfield.
Well, let's finish this off with a consistent quarter here.
Dalton Kripe has it rejected, but gets it back and puts it up and in for Fairfield. 52-36, Westview. Burkett with it on the wing. He'll go out front to Brady Yoder, now Drew Litweiler. Drew looks to Charlie, throws it that way now to Burkett. Inside Charlie, drives, and we have a whistle before the shot on a reach in.
That should be a 1-and-1. Oh no, I think they maybe already counted the foul before. Nope, that was the second.
Third foul on Dalton Kripe. Charlie will go to the line shooting 1-and-1. And he can't get that one to go. Trying for the rebound that time was Kripe. Across the timeline, and having his pocket pick was Blosser by Mason Yoder, or Charlie Yoder rather. And Charlie is fouled again.
Well, Charlie made up for his miss there. I think he's frustrated at his free throws, and you know, through the years you see players go through stretches during the season where just for some reason the free throws don't fall, but then they correct it and are better than ever.
Hits that one as he bounces back a little bit. 19 points now for Charlie. Remember what his lowest point output this year is.
Might have been 20 against Hamilton.
Could very well be. Okay, let's see. Charlie had actually had 28 against Hamilton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I think he had 20 of those in the first half. Maybe that was it. The lowest output was 22 against Angola. Whistle, and the ball will stay in the possession of Fairfield. 6 minutes to go in the ball game. Westview leads it 54-36 over Fairfield. And the winner of this contest plays the winner of the Prairie Heights Fremont game, which is going on right now over at Prairie Heights.
Well, Charlie's average will probably dip slightly as we trek through the season, but typically that means other guys are stepping up and providing balance, so I think that's important.
Well, one of those tonight has been Brady. Nolan's shot is either slipped out of his hands or was knocked away. Charlie brings it down, puts it up and hits off the feed from Luke Miller. Charlie now with 21. 20-point lead for Westview. Sherrick gets it across the timeline, works it left side of Miller. He'll pop a three, and it's no good. Bontrager has it go off his body as he looked to bring it back out to the wing.
No, we missed a block out that time, but got lucky.
Burkett to Litweiler and across the timeline. Now Charlie with Kripe on him. Gives to Brady Yoder out front to Drew Litweiler. The bounce pass down on the baseline is kicked, so Westview will re-inbound it. And it'll be down in the corner underneath the Westview basket off to the right. Charlie will mosey over and inbound for the Warriors. The lob comes into Drew. He can't get it to go, but the rebound's pulled down offensively there by Luke Miller, and he's fouled. Dalton Kripe picks up his 4th foul tonight. Luke Miller with a basket in the first half has a chance to add a little more to the scorebook for the Warriors and him. And what happened there, Litweiler was, I think Kripe might have given him a dirty hit there, and he's getting a little talking to there by Jay Smith, the veteran official.
Drew seems to get tangled up in the foul line area a lot, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Luke's second shot is no good, and the rebound eventually gets down to Nolan Sherrick. Bontrager with it. He'll go to Blosser now to Sherrick. He'll put it up on a runner, and it's good. Sherrick now with 13 for the Falcons, and he leads his team in that department. Burkett to Brady Yoder. Left side to Charlie Yoder. They'll swing it around the perimeter to Drew Litweiler on the right side. As we tick down to 4.5 minutes. And a 3 is in the air, and it's good. Brady Yoder is going to have a chance for a 4-point play here.
I think they called something underneath.
Oh, okay.
So it's going to be 1 and 1. Oh, it'll be 2 shots.
So Brady does hit the 3, and that will count. His second 3 of the night. That gives him 12 points, and that is his high for the season. It ties his high. He had 12 against Hamilton.
I think we got 2 shots coming up here for somebody underneath.
And that's all for Kripe as he fouls out of the ball game. So coach will take his time.
Did they add our points yet?
Well, I think they counted them, didn't they?
Yeah, they counted.
Certainly.
I didn't see what the score was prior to that, so.
Oh. So they waved them off.
No, I think it's supposed to count. They just set. There we go.
Okay, so Jay Smith is straightening them out over here. Oh, it's a 2.
No, it's a 3-point shot, and then
right.
they get 2 shots because we're in the double bonus. Well, that almost was like those college football instant review kind of things there. It took forever.
About.
Come on, I could have told you what was going on right away.
That's right. 22 now for Charlie as he hits his first free throw. He'll get 1 more. As we said, he gets 2. So a chance for a 5-point play here, and we complete it. 62-38. That is definitely our biggest lead of the night. Blosser with it. It's being double teamed. Gets it away to Sherrick. Sherrick goes right side with it to Hunsberger, and his shot's off the mark. Litweiler with a rebound. Pass ahead comes to Charlie Yoder. He'll take it down the baseline. He'll put it up, and we've got an offensive foul called on Charlie. I don't think there was much doubt about that. As he ran over Bryce Hunsberger. Just came into the ball game, a senior for Fairfield. Sherrick and Blosser will bring it up for Fairfield. Blosser gets it across the timeline to Sherrick. Right side pass comes to Hunsberger. Hunsberger double teamed, and now we're going to have a foul called. And that's going to go against Luke Miller. And for Luke, that's number 1.
That looked like a foul, but I think that was one of the ones where he didn't actually touch him.
That's actually the second foul on Luke. Owen Miller inbounding to Sherrick, who chases it down in the backcourt, and he'll bring it back across the timeline. Well, no, he won't. He gives off to Blosser, now back to Sherrick.
I'm a little surprised we're still in this 1-2-1-1 or 1-2-2 press, but it is an effective defense tonight. There has been an effective defense, I should say.
Foul's going to go against Blake, or Sherrick rather, not Blake Egley. That'll be Nolan's third foul of the night, and it looks like now Coach Deshawn is going to unload his bench.
Well, I think with a 24-point lead and 3.5 minutes to go, I think that's the right thing to do.
Burkett hits a free throw. Ben struggling a little bit for the free throw line this year with 33.3% free throw shooting coming in. Didn't have any trouble with that one though. Nolan Sherrick comes to the bench along with Owen Miller. Burkett hits his second free throw, so he has 4 for the night. That gives him his high for the season. Casey Murray with it. He'll go to Blosser. Bounce pass inside from Braylon rather. Chubb and stolen away, and Charlie brings it down and puts it in. 25 now for Charlie Yoder. 66-38, 3:20 to go in the ball game.
Yeah, and we've pulled off we're just in straight man now.
Blosser bounce passes it, cutting in and stealing it is Luke Miller. Brady Yoder will go out front to Burkett, left side Litweiler for 3, and he lights it up.
It's good to see Drew hit one of those. We know he can hit them. He struggled from there this year, but it just takes one to get you going.
First 3 for a while for Drew. He came in with a 12% shooting from three-point line. That's just not him. But he sure has been potent down around the basket with those hook shots and little jumpers off the baseline. Now we're going to bring in some new faces into the lineup.
Yeah, they've been sitting there for a minute waiting for the whistle to blow.
Ball through the hands of the Fairfield player and grabbed by Burkett. Burkett will take it all the way down, put it up and in. So Ben taking advantage. And now Rob calls timeout to let the subs come in. So Charlie Yoder will come out. Luke Miller will come out. Drew Litweiler comes out. And we have Drew Miller in for Westview along with Brandon Lehman and Corey. Caleb
Corey, that's right.
With the ball is Holden Blosser. Blosser bounce passes it right side to number 40, who I don't have on my score sheet. And a whistle and a foul's called on Drew Miller. Second foul in 2 nights on Drew.
It doesn't take him long to pick him up, does it?
They've got to get his, some action in that book somehow.
I'm trying to tell him there's more ways to get a stat than to pick up a foul.
Mason Yoder into the ball game now as well, and he'll be guarding the inbound pass. Holden Blosser will try to get it in for Fairfield. Westview in control, 71-38 over Fairfield. Shot off the glass by Murray is no good. Eventually pulled out of there by Caleb Corey.
Yeah, good rebound that time. Caleb using his length.
Drew Miller goes left side to Mason. He'll drive it down the baseline. Reverse layup is good.
One thing I like about Mason, when he makes his mind to go to the basket, it's a straight shot.
You better get out of the way. I tell you.
It's going to be a collision or he's going to score.
Right. Mason, let's see, that was his first basket of the night.
Yeah, I think so. One thing I was almost fairly confident in predicting before the game, there's no way we'd reach 71 tonight because of the slower pace, but I'm glad I didn't predict that now.
No problem. Caleb Corey inside, he'll force it up, can't get it to go. Mason crashes in there. Now Drew with a shot. Oh, he can't get it to go. Caleb with a good offensive rebound that time, and he's fouled. He's going to get a chance from the free throw line. And that foul goes against Bontrager, his third. Caleb has not appeared at the free throw line this year. So his first opportunity from the charity stripe, and it's successful. Braylon Chupp back into the ball game, and coming out is Justin Bontrager.
Typically, Rob's going to play an 8-man rotation, sometimes a little longer. So it's nice to see these guys that practice just as hard, if not harder, get a chance.
Right. 75-38. Westview with 1:25 to go in the ball game. With the ball is Murray, and double dribble is called. Blake Egley will bring it in to Drew Miller. Blake will bring it across the timeline now. Mason Yoder with it. Mason drives, gives to Drew. Looked for the shot, didn't take it. Now to Mason, to Drew. They'll get it to Blake out front. Blake drives it down, bounce pass to Drew coming across the lane. Now they'll go to Mason. Drew Miller with it. He'll go out front to Mason. Brandon Lehman, now Mason. Westview will play catch. Will get it to Egley. Oh, Drew was cutting, and Blake passed it as Drew was cutting. 45.3 seconds to go. Holden Blosser held the ball for a while, brings it over the timeline, gives it to Hunsberger. Hunsberger bounce passes it to number 40. Now inside to go to Casey Murray, and he puts it in off the glass.
Well, this has been a really steady performance tonight. You got to be pretty impressed, I think.
Oh yeah,
you know, we've grown a lot in the last couple of weeks. We've outscored them consistently, and then we've really put it away here in the fourth quarter, which is what you would hope you would do. But we'll probably play them at least, well, we know we play them once more. Yeah, over at Fairfield there in a couple of weeks, and that's never an easy place to play. One of the worst memories I ever have in basketball was when we took a team over there and we shot, I think we shot 19% for the game.
Wow.
And it didn't matter if you sat on the rim and shot it. It wasn't going in.
Going in.
So.
Mason Yoder gets it to Drew Miller. Back to Mason out front. Now we're going to be in non-shooting mode. Drew's going to take the shot for the baseline. A little long, tipped out. And now Fairfield will bring it up with 10 seconds to go. Holden Blosser. He'll take a quick three and hit. And that's going to do it. The Westview Warriors advance to the semifinal game on Friday evening. We're anticipating that to be Prairie Heights, the heavy favorite against Fremont tonight, but we don't know for sure because we don't have the final score from Prairie Heights. But nonetheless, there'll be basketball action right here on the Warrior Hardwood on Friday night. Going to be the second game of the evening. So once again, we'll go on the air right around 7:30 p.m. But I hope you can come out here in person and enjoy some really good high school basketball. Westview now 9-2 on the year with the victory tonight against Fairfield. And like I said, they'll advance to the semifinals on Friday night.
Yeah, before that last couple of possessions, I mean, we had outscored them 23-4 in that quarter before they got a three-point play and then hit a three there just before the buzzer. So that was a dominant quarter by Westview, really from everybody that played, because we had substitutes sprinkled in there. And of course, Fairfield did too. But so we outscored them by 6, by 7, by 5, and by 13 in the consecutive quarters tonight. So just really a dominant performance. I think it's their second highest point total of the year.
Yeah,
right on that?
Let's see.
Hamilton
yeah,
would have been more.
Because we scored 71 the other night. Was that last night? No.
Not last night.
Last night, yeah.
85 against Hamilton, I believe.
That's right, yeah.
I don't know if we've had more than that this year. I don't believe so.
I don't think so. So another great ball game for the Westview Warriors as they defeat the Fairfield Falcons tonight by a score of 75-44. And we'll be back in 60 seconds to take a look at the scoring and maybe get some stats from the locker room from Ryan Yoder. We'll be back right after this.
Does your paint job need a refresh? Got too many dings and scratches? Let Hyde Auto Body take care of it for you. No matter the type of vehicle, motorcycle, trailer, or truck cab, Hyde Auto Body's experienced paint specialists will attend to every detail so you don't have to. We aim to be #1 in customer service, and your satisfaction is always guaranteed. We're located west of State Road 9 on US 20. Hyde Auto Body, a trusted name in the community for over 20 years. Do you fret about potential health hazards in your home? Is something eating away at your walls? Stop fretting and do something about it by calling Gold Key Home Inspections. We are a full-service company trained to identify wood-destroying insects, perform mold testing, evaluate the home for radon gas, and do more detailed inspections such as sewer line and thermal imaging. Don't lay awake at night wondering. Call Gold Key today to set up your specialized appointment and leave the worrying to us.
And we're back at Westview High School, where we just witnessed Westview with a beatdown on Fairfield tonight, 75-44. So dominant last quarter kind of put this game away. Let's take a look at the individual scoring for Westview. Charlie Yoder, 12 in the first half, 13 in the second half for ho-hum, 25 points. Ben Burkett added 6 points tonight. That was more than he's had in a little while. Mason Yoder added a bucket toward the end for his only one of the night. Blake Egley had 8 points, 2 3-pointers right there in the third quarter, and then added a field goal for 8 total. Lyndon Miller added 9. Drew Litweiler added 10. Luke Miller had 3. And Brady Yoder rounded out the scoring tonight with 12. That's not right. Caleb Corey added 2 free throws there at the end, so he had 2 points as well. So we had, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys with 8 or more points tonight.
Wow.
Which is pretty good balance.
Yeah, it was.
And starting to show some guys that are capable of scoring that hadn't done much of that so far this year. So for Fairfield, they had, what did they have? 19 at halftime, and they had a late flurry there in the last 30 seconds to get them up to 44. But they had pretty good balance scoring. The problem is they didn't have much of it. Holden Blosser had 3 points. Justin Bontrager added 6. Dalton Kripe had 2 in each half for 4 total. Casey Murray added 3. Nolan Sherrick, their leading scorer on the year, averaging 15.5, had 13 points, so a little bit below his average. Cade Gall had 5. Bryce Willard added 5, all in the first half. And Owen Miller added 5. He had 3 in the first and 2 in the second for a total of 5. And to round out their total of 44. So whenever you can beat a rival by 30 points, you call it a successful night. Go home.
Definitely.
So we let's see, what was our total last night? 24 points, or was it 25 maybe?
Gap.
The total, yeah, 71-46. And early in the year, I think
71-48.
Okay, so 23-point win.
Right.
Early in the year, even after 6 or 7 games, we actually had given up more points than we had scored.
Right, yeah, it was really unusual.
Which last year, I think the high point last year, even with 4 losses, we had an average margin of victory of 23.
It was unbelievable.
Which is just,
that was out of sight.
That's rare.
I remember when I first saw that in the office, I thought, what did I do wrong here? But it was right.
Yeah. And and then tonight, I haven't added it up with tonight's, but coming into tonight, we were at 60 offensive average and 51 defensive average.
Right.
So this definitely would add it to it. I'd imagine we're up to probably 12 or 13 point difference now. And, we're facing some teams that we match up with pretty well, and I just think we're getting better. We're moving the ball. Our ball movement wasn't quite as good tonight. We weren't quite as sharp, but some of it had to do with a good defensive game plan by Fairfield. Part of it, I think, had to do with a back-to-back. And so now we'll get a day off and a chance to rest up and prepare probably for Prairie Heights.
I would think so. It could get interesting from here on in with of course, Cherubusco and Angola doing battle over at Angola tonight, and then Prairie Heights probably going to come out of that game with Fremont in their home gymnasium over at Brushy Prairie tonight. So we're anticipating that to be the matchup here on Friday night.
We have the finals here. Central Noble beat West Noble 70-51. Cherubusco beat Angola 53-42. course, our win. And
Churubusco beat Angola.
Yeah, okay. Churubusco beat Angola by 11, and then Prairie Heights beat Fremont 68-42.
Okay.
So Friday night, Westview, Prairie Heights. We get to have Prairie Heights fans all around us, most likely. That's always fun.
They'll try to get themselves on our broadcast as best they can, I'm sure.
Yeah, so good win tonight, and just what we needed to get ready for our next matchup.
That's right. So that'll do it from Westview for now. We'll take a night off tomorrow night, but we'll be right back at it here at Westview High School on Friday evening. We hope we'll see you out here in person, but if you can't make it, of course, join us right here at LaguanaMedia.com at 7:30 for our broadcast of the Prairie Heights Westview game. Final score once again tonight, Westview 75 and Fairfield 44. Westview now 9-2. Fairfield drops to 4-8 on the season. Tonight's game was brought to you by Tiffany's Restaurant on East Lake Street in Topeka, featuring nightly specials and a delicious buffet. Also by Hyde Auto Body, US 20 West in LaGrange. By Topeka Do It Best Hardware at the Blinker Light in downtown Topeka. Also by Topeka Pharmacy, your friendly hometown pharmacy. By Dale's Dependable Handyman Service. Dale is the right man for the job. By Freedom Finish Works in Topeka, your local source for powder coating. By Lehman Insurance and Financial Group in Topeka. Their passion is protecting yours. By Jerry Standard Service in Middlebury for your automotive repair and tire service needs. Also by Lake City Bank with over 50 branches in northern and central Indiana. By the Topeka Clinic, introducing Yana Schenkel, certified nurse midwife, now accepting appointments. And our halftime show and gold sponsor is Weaver Furniture Sales, south of US 20 on County Road 75 North in Shipshewana. Our individual sponsors are Tim and Donna Height, Dan and Dawn Byler, Jim and Liz Stump, and Oscar and Sophia Hostetler. So for our staff here tonight, color commentator Jamie Miller. Our engineers tonight were Justin Geigley and Dan Byler. And working upstairs on the camera, Chris Mast. This is Jerry Hostetler. Good night, everyone.